All right, gang, check it out, check it out. I have frontman Mr. Eric Ross from Without a Martyr on the phone. Eric, how you doing, man?
Not too bad, man. What's going on? How are you today?
Not too bad, man, not too bad. Hanging in there, hanging in there. So, man, let's talk about Without a Martyr, dude. When did you guys first meet? When did it all begin? Give us the history.
A little bit of history on it. It started probably like, I could say, the end of 2011, beginning of 2012, around that time. A couple of my buddies and everybody, we were bullshitting and everything, and we just kind of wanted to get a band together since I was a little kid and everything. Kind of always wanted to be in like a heavier band, and we got together and tried getting some stuff going, and not too many people were interested, but me and the drummer stuck through, and we were started like meeting up and working on songs together, and pretty much decided to go about this project. So me and Phil are kind of like the founding fathers of the band, I guess you could say.
Cool, dude. So now, how'd you guys decide on the name Without a Martyr?
It actually popped in my head coming out of the shower, to be honest. Because I tend to daydream a lot, so I was coming out of the shower, and, like, it was just like a quick vision. It was me and Phil and a couple, like, people, and it was, like, blurred faces, and it was, like, Without a Martyr at the bottom, and I thought about it, I was like, that'd be a fucking pretty cool band name. And, like, thinking about, like, the definition of martyr is someone to give, like, sacrifice for, like, a cause of belief, and you know, it's kind of like, we don't need a martyr. We're the ones that will make it happen, you know. We will push it out because it is our dream kind of belief. And I was telling Phil about, and he kind of dug the idea, so we kind of stuck with it.
Cool, man, cool. So now tell us about the songwriting, dude. How do you go about it? Is it a one-person effort? Would you say it's a group effort? What goes on there?
I could definitely say it's a group effort more than anything. Like, we all could play the other instruments. Like, Mike could drum a bit, and I could do his bit on drums. Phil knows how to play guitar, and I know how to do guitar and bass as well. So it's kind of like, if Phil comes up with something catchy on guitar, he'll tell me or Mike and show it, be like, you like this? And we'll be like, if it's good, then he'll have us take it and, like, improvise and throw something different onto it. Or Mike will come over, and he'll have, like, he'll pretty much have, like, a whole song written. And just be like, okay, well, here, you guys want to fill in the blanks? So, like, it's definitely a group effort. Sometimes it's just us, like, screwing around in the more practice, and then something catchy comes out, and then we end up keeping it. But
Cool, man, cool. So now, how would you describe your sound to people?
Our sound is, like, I would say, like, metalcore. You could, if you break it down to a genre, because it has a good sense of, like, different genres of metal, or subgenres of metal, and, like, with hardcore for, like, our breakdowns and stuff. Like, example, like, our song Slit the Throats, kind of starts off with, like, a really catchy kind of uppity gallop, kind of like something you'd hear from, like, Slayer, or, like, Megadeth, something like 80s thrash. But then, like, midway through the song, it comes crashing down on these, like, ridiculously heavy breaks.
Cool, dude, so, cool. Very cool, very cool. So now, you guys play a lot of live shows, right?
Yeah, we try to play out as much as we could.
Cool. So what would you say are the best and the worst things about playing the live gigs?
Here, I'll start with worst. Worst is when you travel, like, wicked far to a bar or some venue, and there's, like, nobody there. That one was probably, I could say, the worst. Like, we did a show earlier in the year where we went out to Philly, and we pretty much played in front of the other bands, and there was, like, three to five people at the bar itself, so it was kind of dead, and we drove, like, it was from Scranton to Philly is like 2.5 hour drive.
Yeah.
And the same thing happened. We opened Rivers of Nile down in Reverb in Reading, PA.
Yeah.
And that's a 2.5-hour drive. We sold tickets and we all drove down there, and it was like, we played in front of the touring bands and like 3 of our friends, and we were just like, damn. But it was cool because the other bands were giving us like pointers and props, so in a way it was kind of cool.
That's cool.
One of the best things with being in the band, I guess, is like that feeling you get when you're on stage and performing, just like that intense rush and like relief afterwards. It's like exhilarating, orgasmic, or like that feeling when you're like getting done writing like a new song. You get all like butterflies and shit. Like, I don't know.
Cool, man.
It's pretty much like one of the best feelings I've felt.
Very cool, very cool. Well, you mentioned the song Slit the Throats, dude. I want to play it right now. What can you tell us about this tune?
What can I tell you about this song?
Yes.
Very angry song, written about pretty much the person you despise the most. A nice and visionary of like pinning them down, cutting their throat open, and eating them and shit. Just being like a killer, pretty much a serial killer, and thinking of pretty much the worst and painful thing you could do to somebody that's wronged you. So if you have anyone you really dislike at the moment, you could think of them.
So like, it's just about the opposite of a Valentine's Day song, right?
Oh, and definitely. Definitely the opposite of it.
All right,
if
listen.
you played your girlfriend this song on Valentine's Day and she is not a metalhead, she will probably be upset.
Very cool. Check it out, listeners. Without a Martyr, Slit the Throats. We'll be right back with Eric. All right, listeners, we are back with Eric Ross from Without a Martyr. Eric, how you doing?
Pretty good. A little amped up. I just had like 2 cups of coffee, so...
Yeah, that'll do it, man. That'll do it. So, Eric, man, when did you first start playing? And when did you know that this is what you wanted to do?
Ever since I was little, I always wanted to, like, perform. And, like, I like to entertain people. Like, I always act out, like, stupid parts or, like, come up with skits in my mind and, like, act them out for my friends and shit. Because, I don't know, I like to entertain people, like, make them laugh. And, like, music was always a big, like, bonding thing for, like, my family, like, with get-togethers and stuff. So music was always a big part of my life, and I always wanted to perform for people and pretty much travel. Because I always had ambitions to travel, so
cool,
what better way to do it than mix your music with it. So
yeah,
that's pretty much, yeah.
Very cool, very cool.
Since I was little, I suppose.
Cool, dude, good. So now, how about the first song you can remember learning to play?
The first song I learned how to play on a guitar was Nightmare by Them Sevenfold.
Cool. Very cool. Great band.
Yeah. I was walking home from my girlfriend's one night, and I had a bunch of guitars for when I was younger, and I just didn't really pick them up and learn. And I was like, I have guitars, but I'm really not doing anything with them, so why don't I strap my ass down and actually learn something? So I went home that night, and I spent like 4 hours just learning the song through tabs and off an acoustic guitar, so my fingers are all calloused and sore the next day, but by the end of the night I got it. But it was about that time, I think 17, that's when I picked guitar up. And
cool, man,
so
cool.
pretty much, once I learned the song, it kind of felt like, well, if I could learn at least one song, then what else could I do? And I just kind of kept pushing.
Very cool, very cool. So who would you say are your musical influences?
Are my musical influences? I would say Slipknot is definitely up there. They were pretty much my favorite band since I was a young kid, and like the eerie sound that they throw into their music, and like the rap, like the roughness in Corey's vocals, kind of turned me towards like heavier music. So Slipknot is definitely one. Whitechapel, I could say Whitechapel's up there too. That's kind of one of the bands that got me more into like deathcore kind of music, with Suicide Silence and Whitechapel. So
cool.
I could say those two are up there as well.
Very cool, man. So now, when you're not writing, playing out, rehearsing with the band, what do you do for a day off, man? What do you do for fun?
For fun, I still fuck around on guitar. I'm a loser. I kind of just sit in my basement and play guitar. Me and Phil hang out with a couple of people, but nothing really. Listening to music, kind of just relaxing. Getting stoned ain't too bad, you know.
Cool,
so,
man.
kind of bumming it, I would say. So.
Cool. So now, what would you say is your most memorable moment so far?
Probably when we played the All-Stars tour. So far with the band, I could say that was probably the most memorable. It was the biggest crowd we got to play for. And we got listed on the bill, and there's a bunch of bands that we liked, like Chelsea Grin and Veil Maya and Terror, Every Time I Die, and we got offered to do the show on the second stage. And so we got the tickets, and we did what we did, and we were running late that day anyways, and I was kind of upset because we had to pay the ticket price at noon, and we're running late, and I was like, I was getting mad because I was like, oh man, we didn't like sell all these tickets and everything just not to play. And we ended up getting a pretty good time. We played about 4 o'clock, and the event started at 1. And a lot of the bands that most of the crowd was there for played about like 6 or 7. So we walked around with stickers with our set time and second stage written on the back, and we passed them out to everyone we could see in the venue. And about 4 o'clock, there was just a wave of people outside, and that was a fun time. We have the video up on our
Very cool.
And Without a Martyr music.
Cool. Very cool. So now, let's take it the other way, man. What was your least rock star moment, or any Spinal Tap moments you want to talk about?
Oh, well, a couple of weeks ago we were playing downtown at the Irish Wolf Pub, and I like to bounce around a lot when I play, and my cord got all tangled. And as I was bouncing around, I'm listening on stage, and I'm like, well, I could hear Iron Mike's guitar. I can't hear my guitar. So I went to hit like a squealy to try to get some kind of high-pitched sound to catch to see if I could hear it. And I look back, and I see on my noise gate the red light's not on, so it was off, and I was like, uh-oh. So I tried to sneak back and try to plug it in during a quick 10-second intermission, and it didn't go. And I came up and finished the vocal to the song, and then had to fiddle with that, so that kind of sucks. And a couple times, my distortion pedal would be giving way too much feedback because of too close to monitors or whatever.
Right.
So I'll turn it off when I'm talking to the crowd, and we'll go to start a song, and I forgot to turn it on. So that was an embarrassing point too. I could say those 2 points were pretty shitty.
Oh, dude, it happens to the best of them. So the next song I want to play is Out for Blood. What can you tell us about that tune?
Out for Blood is pretty much a song about revenge for people who got bullied, or when people are talking down on you. Kind of a good revenge story, I would say.
Cool, man, cool. All right, listeners, check it out. Without a Martyr, with Out for Blood, and we'll be right back with more Eric Ross.
You motherfucker, you!
All right, listeners, we're back with Mr. Eric Ross from Without a Martyr. Eric, how's it going, man?
Good. It's pretty good.
Cool.
Getting ready to unwind for the night, I guess.
Very cool, man. So now, would you say you have evolved as a musician since you first started?
Oh, without a doubt.
No.
Even when we got Mike into the band itself, that was evolution into my playing, because he's been playing for a lot longer than I have, so he was able to show me a lot of stuff, and it really, really increased my playing skills. So I could definitely owe a lot of my ability and technique to Mike for that.
Cool, man. Cool, real cool. And I guess that would transcend over to the band. The band becoming tighter and a lot better.
Absolutely. Like, the last time we put a demo out, a lot of the songs were kind of in the same, it was kind of like the same groove. And the stuff we've been putting out has a lot more to it, and we're writing brand new material in the back. So that stuff is completely different. Like, with each release that we're doing, we have like a complete different sound to it. Our old stuff was kind of more like, I guess, on the grindcore feel. This stuff is on kind of like the more metal hardcore. It has a nice even sense of both of it. Like the beginning of our song, Mechanical, has like a really soft, clean tap, something like the band Periphery, something similar to that. And then we go into like, kind of sound like Winds of Play kind of drop. And then the like final rip to the song, I think it sounds similar to like something that like Slayer would have. So it's like a good mix of everything. But the newest stuff that we have is definitely more progressive than anything. There's a lot more like clean parts to it.
Cool.
So,
Very cool, man. So now, Eric, what advice would you give to bands just starting out?
Practice as much as you could. Practice to a metronome too. That'll help a lot. Find people that you know are dedicated. You don't want people kind of pissed around your time. It's better if you're going to try to do something to get more established. Like, it took us a little bit longer to get established, but now I can say we have the tightest lineup that we had so far. And we're going to be pushing out some new stuff, and it's going to be pretty powerful. So I would say just to anyone upcoming, just keep working at it, stick as a group, and don't be selfish. That's another thing, like, work as a team, because it's better to get an opinion from 4 or 5 musicians than just one person kind of running the show.
Very cool. Great advice, man. Great advice. So now, Without a Martyr, are you guys on a label? Are you looking for a label?
We are looking for a label. We're not currently signed. We're kind of going with the flow. I mean, we're still a young band. We've only been formed getting closer to 2 years, and a lot of this is first time us being in a band. Me and Phil ourselves, this is like our first original band, and same with our guitarist Mike and Rod. Well, in that case, I mean, the whole group, it's our first time as working towards making original music and everything.
So you hear that, labels? Check out Without a Martyr.
I would say keep posted with us for between March and April. We're going to be hitting into the studio. We have 3 more tracks to finish up for our EP, and then I would say by the end of 2014, beginning of 2015, you'll be hearing some brand new stuff that has a whole new contribution due to our new bassist and all that. So our sound's just going to keep getting different, and it's going to get better and better.
Very cool, man. What is the ultimate goal for Without a Martyr?
The ultimate goal is, I guess, just travel and make friends, I suppose. Like, everyone in the band wants to travel and see different places of the world, and we all like to meet new people and everything. So I guess push our music out as far as we could and get that common ground following and make memories, I could say, because that's what I like to do. With each set, I like to try to make memories, like not even if it's our band, but like if we have a band from New York come down to Scranton and we play with them, like those people, they make a memory that night that, oh, when we went to Scranton and seen our friend's band open at that place, you know, it's like, it gives nostalgia and it gives a good feeling to you. So I try to strike a good memory with each set that we play. So I would say our goal is to try to see the world and make as much memories and friends as we could along the way.
That's very cool, man. Very, very cool. Excellent. Where can the listeners find Without a Martyr?
You could look almost anywhere. I could say YouTube is a definite, because one, it's free and everybody uses YouTube. Our YouTube channel is one word, Without a Martyr Music. We'll be uploading all our new songs on there. If you like what you're hearing from us, we have Bandcamp.com where you could buy all our songs. I believe they're set for $1 or something like that. And Reverb Nation, we have Out for Blood and Slit the Throats for a free download. So I would say go to YouTube for music and find out about our upcoming shows. Go to Facebook or my Facebook page, either to Eric Ross. Just add me as a friend. I'll talk to you, ask me whatever you want. Book the band, doesn't matter. But I could say YouTube, Facebook,
cool,
Twitter, man. Twitter, anything really.
Reverb Nation?
Anything social media. Yep.
Very cool. Tell us about upcoming shows, man. What do you got going on?
Upcoming shows for the people around the Stroudsburg and Allentown area in PA. This Saturday we'll be playing at the Living Room in Stroudsburg with the bands Fear Through Me, Vulture Peak, Galleries, and Off the Coast. So the show starts about 7 o'clock. It's $8 to get in. So there's that one this Saturday. Sunday, though, we'll be playing at the Croc Rock down in Allentown with 11 other bands. It's a battle of the bands, and the winner for that gets to play the main stage at the All-Stars Tour during the Pennsylvania date. And you could advance the semifinal, which ultimately, if you go all the way, you could end up having a slot on the entire All-Star Tour itself. And that's $10. We have tickets for sale still, so let us know if you're around there. If you're in the Allentown area and you heard of us through this, let me know and I'll give you a ticket for free, honestly. Because that would be pretty cool.
Very cool. And, of course, you guys are going to be at the NEPA Metal Meltdown 2014 Metal Fest.
Oh, yeah. We got a lot of good bands on there that year. I'm proud to be a part of that. As such a still young and upcoming band, it's awesome to be playing with bands that have been around for as long, like Beyond Fallen and Slapjaw. It's good to play with names like that. And Prosody, we have yet to play with them, so I'm looking forward to seeing them.
Great, man, great. Yeah, that's gonna be a great show.
And February 22nd, actually, we'll be at Diane's Deli with Slapjaw. Slapjaw, Fear Through Me, Jove, and Glass Skeleton Death March. They're from up in New York. They're pretty cool, too. You should check those guys out.
Cool, man. We'll do. Eric, man, I want to thank you for calling in tonight and hanging out with me. It's been a pleasure, brother.
Not a problem, man. Thank you for having me.
Last song I want to play tonight is Mechanical. What can you tell us about the tune?
Mechanical is for all those unoriginal fucking people. Like, all the people that have to follow something like Be Yourself. Like, Don't act like a little slave, like you're a little machine. You're programmed, like someone else is telling you what to do, so you're going to live your life by what they're telling you, like they programmed you. Don't be like that. Just be yourself and do what you do. Be proud of yourself and stand for who you are.
Dude, words of wisdom. Excellent, excellent. Eric, again, thank you for hanging out with me tonight.
Not a problem, man. Thank you for having me. All the listeners, check out Without a Martyr. You can find us on Facebook.com and YouTube.com. Shout out to Billy and Keep It Metal Promotions for having me tonight.
Very cool, very cool. Hang on 1 second, brother. Check this out, listeners. Without a Martyr, Mechanical. We'll be right back.
you sickens me. The way you obsessed to fit in with